As someone who streams and highlights mostly indie games, I got thinking to myself, maybe I should start highlighting these indie showcases a bit more. I could do a live reaction, but they keep doing them on Wednesdays, and while they aren't during my normal streaming time, I don't really want to do a reaction stream and then my normal stream. So I thought, why not just do a quick look or thoughts on the video instead? So here we are. Let's just get into it. Little kitty, big city. What can I say? I've been following this game casually since 2021. It seems like the perfect type of game for me. I'm not really into big exploration type games as they tend to give me a pause, but give me actual pause and I'm way more into it. It looks cute, it looks fun. I'm a huge cat person at heart. Love them. Make a game where I can just run around as a cat doing cat things and I learn about it. I likely won't stray far from paying attention to it. Yar is rising. I really don't know what to make of Atari making games in this age. As for Way Forward, they're very hit or miss for me. For Yars Rising, I enjoy Mega Man-like games, and this looks alright, but I really need to see more of how this plays before I get excited for it. Onto my wish list it goes, though. Refined Self. As a fan of Playism's work in general, and all they do to release games, I'm sad to say this one slipped past my notice. They previously released in November last year on PC, and this one already has plenty of positive reviews there, and a nice cheap price tag of $7.99. It seems to last around 1 to 3 hours, and the trailer and reviews at a glance make it sound interesting enough. It seems like something that will be nice to play in the afternoon. Sticky business. There might be more to this one with the running the small business, but this one didn't really resonate with me. Seems the game is $9.99 and the DLC is $3.99, both with a launch discount and bundle discount, so it's not a crazy price, but this one's a pass for me. Anton Blast. I've been aware of this one for a while, but I've never been a huge fan of the Wario platformers, so I've never really been drawn to this one. It looks solid, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be well liked when it comes out, but it's just not really for me. Valley Peaks. This one did nothing for me. That being said, the publisher, Those Awesome Guys, has released nothing but extremely well-received games, so if this one caught your interest, I would keep an eye on it. Lorelei and the Laser Eyes. I'm not sure how I feel about this one, but I do know the developers are well-regarded and that Sayonara Wild Hearts in particular is a well-received game in general. Annapurna Interactive also tends to have fairly high standards for their releases, so I have little doubt this one will end up being a fairly high-quality title. Europa. This one looked cute, and I don't mind puzzle games. It looked a bit like the puzzles in Genshin, just better designed without combat bogging it down, so I already downloaded the demo on Steam. I will give it a whirl sometime. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Splintered Fate. So, I'm never going to be excited for a licensed game until it comes out and is actually good. This one looked playable. It's a roguelike, which I can dig. It's a bit of a shame it sounds like the co-op's online only, but it could be fun. The issue is there's a ton of quality roguelites out there, so how much depth the game has as well as pricing will matter quite a bit. So as I say all that, this will actually be a little bit longer of a look, as this one in particular I dug deeper on, and I missed that it's actually originally an Apple Arcade release. So if one was inclined, they could actually find a good chunk of gameplay for this game already. I can also find a bunch of reviews that are actually pretty positive for this. So the main part of this question will be its price. I can always use more co-op roguelike games, so if it's reasonably priced, I could be down with this assuming the port's good. Cat Quest 3. These games look cute enough, but I've never managed to get into them, thus this is an easy pass for me. Stitch. This really isn't the type of game I want on my Switch, as this type of game is the type of game I'd play on my phone instead in bed before I go to sleep to relax to. I just don't play my Switch in bed. That being said, I know a few people that this game could appeal to. It's $14.99, which doesn't seem bad for something that seems to have a lot of content, including daily stuff, which feels a lot like a mobile game. Wait, let me do some quick research. Oh, this was an Apple Arcade game. That makes a lot of sense. A quick search says it was fairly well liked on Apple Arcade, so I imagine if this looks appealing, it will likely be to your liking. This looks cute, but precision platformers aren't really my jam. It seems well loved on Steam if that's your jam, though. Skim. This looks like an interesting little puzzle platformer, but I'm curious if it'll be fun or frustrating. Animal Well. There are things I like about this, but 2D platformers and Metroidvania games are a genre I have dozens, if not hundreds of games to play, so unless it has glowing word of mouth, I personally likely won't be getting this anytime soon. Duck Detective. A cute little mystery game can be fun, but I have Ace Attorney games to play if I'm in the mood for a mystery game. Another Crab's Treasure. I know this one from other showings, and thus I know it's a soul-like, which makes it a no-like for me. Ideally for others, it's a cute little soul-like game, but for me it's an easy pass. SteamWorld Heist 2. So I know of the SteamWorld games, I even own Dig 1 and 2. I've never gotten around to playing them, and I don't think this will be changing that. I know some people will be excited for this, but for me, this is a case of maybe I'll eventually get around to the series and love it, but I've never gotten into it, and I wouldn't bet on me getting into it. So yeah, that was my quick look and thoughts on the games. Overall, honestly, not that exciting. I had a few things of interest to look into, but nothing I fell in love with right away that I didn't already know about. most interesting thing to me was a game that I actually wasn't interested in for myself, Stitch. So I know a few people who would like that game, and for me personally, I don't need games that just excite me for me. I love games that excite me in general, and that includes games that I know people I know will love too. I love when games bring joy to people, when they have fun with them. And I always feel the world could use more fun and joy.